Level 1. The $500 Mirage. The number on your screen doesn't feel like money. Not yet. It feels like a score in a video game you're finally starting to understand. You fund the account on a Tuesday at 11 p.m. because you couldn't stop thinking about a chart you saw on Reddit. You use $500 you were supposed to save for a security deposit or a credit card payment. You tell yourself it's stagnant capital. You don't tell your family. The platform loads, and the blue light of the monitor reflects in your eyes. $500. It's the smallest amount the world cares about, but to you, it's a key to a room you've been locked out of your entire life. You buy a 0 DTE, 0 days to expiration option, or some volatile tech stock because a guy with a luxury car in his profile picture said, "It's a coiled spring." It moves. You watch the green flickering, plus $12, plus $30. Your heart starts a rhythm you've never felt before, a physical electric thrum. You close it at $543. You're shaking. It's not just the $43, it's the proof. You think, if I can do this with 500, I can do it with 5 million. It's just more zeros. You've already spent the millions in your head before you even place the next trade. That night, you don't sleep. You're not tired. You're ascending. You don't realize you've just taken the first hit of the most addictive drug on earth. Level 2, the $5,000 lie. You've been at this for months. You've replaced your hobbies with YouTube mentors and your friends with Twitter trolls. You deposit $5,000, money you found by refinancing a loan or skipping a vacation. This is where you build your first system. You have entry rules. You have a notebook where you track every candle. You feel like a professional. But the numbers have developed teeth. A 2% loss is $100 now. That's a grocery bill. That's a tank of gas. You sit in front of the screen and your hands don't move as fast. This is the level where the market becomes a personality. It feels like it's watching you. When you buy, it dips. When you sell, it rips. You feel targeted. One afternoon, you catch a runner and make $340 in 20 minutes. You walk out of your room like a king. Your girlfriend asks why you're smiling at your phone. You say, "Just building the future, babe." You don't tell her about the $1,400 loss from the week before that you forgot to write in your notebook. This is the hidden accounting. You start keeping 2 sets of books, the one you show the world and the one that keeps you up at night. You are no longer protecting your capital, you are protecting your ego. Level 3, the $25,000 velvet rope. The PDT rule. In the US, $25,000 is the magic gate. It's the difference between being a retail gambler and a pattern day trader. You've scraped this money together from everywhere. Side gigs, tax returns, even a structured settlement you cashed out early. You told your mom the money was for a safe investment vehicle. Technically, you didn't lie. You have the setup now. 3 monitors. A $150 a month data subscription. You're in a private Discord where the air's thick with alpha and jargon. You wake up at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to watch the pre-market like it's a religious ceremony. You think of yourself as a trader now. There's a weight to your walk. But then, the repeatability trap sets in. You have 4 green days, and on Friday, you give it all back plus 20%. You are skilled enough to see the patterns, but not skilled enough to control your own pulse. You're in the most dangerous zone. You know what is happening, but you have no idea why it's happening to you. You hire a trading coach for $2,000, another American classic, paying for a shortcut. He doesn't teach you a strategy. He just gives you permission to stop hating yourself. You end the year at $31,000. You're profitable, but you've aged 5 years and 12 months. Level 4, the $100,000 tool 6 figures. It happens slower than you hoped, but faster than you expected. The first time you see $100,000 in the balance, you don't celebrate. You just feel relieved. The money has lost its purchasing power in your mind. It's no longer cars or houses, it's size. It's a tool, like a hammer or a scalpel. You're moving positions that would make your level 1 self faint. You've managed $80,000 in equity before lunch, and your heart rate doesn't break 60 beats per minute. You've become a machine. But machines don't have personal lives. Your relationship ended 6 months ago. She said you were a ghost in the house. You didn't argue because you were busy calculating the implied volatility of an upcoming earnings call. At this level, you finally understand edge. It's not a secret formula. It's a cold, hard, statistical reality. You realize the market isn't an economy. It's a zero-sum mosh pit where you get paid for other people's emotional mistakes. You stop looking for the big win and start looking for the high-probability error. You find yourself annoyed by normal people. Their concerns seem small. Their long-term planning seems cute. You are officially an outsider. Level 5. The $500,000 surgeon. $500,000. You could buy a house in cash, but you live in a rented apartment near the server hubs. You're surgical now. You wait for hours, sometimes days, for a single setup. You've learned that the best trade is often the one you didn't take. The pressure at this level is a low-frequency hum. It never goes away. You feel it in your jaw when you sleep. You're big enough now that your orders leave footprints. You see your own bid in the level 2 tape. You're no longer watching the machine. You are a cog in it. You've stopped telling people what you do for a living. When they ask, you say finance or data analysis. You've seen what happens when people find out you have $500,000 in a liquid account. They start running their own math on your life. You've become invisible by choice. Your social circle is now just 3 other traders you met on an encrypted app. You don't know their real names, but you know their risk tolerance. That's the only intimacy you have left. Level 6, the $2 million institution. Somewhere around here, the game changes. You aren't trading anymore. You're managing a structure. You have a CPA who specializes in high-frequency entities. You have a lawyer for your LLCs. You spend 3 weeks dealing with a compliance flag from your prime broker that has nothing to do with your skill and everything to do with the fact that you're a high net worth individual. $2 million creates problems that $500 could never imagine. You're worried about slippage, liquidity drying up, and black swan events. You don't look at charts as much as you look at correlations. You've survived crashes that wiped out entire firms. And you're still here. There is a certainty in your soul that isn't arrogance. It's just data. You know you can make money in any market, but you also know what you traded for it. You look at a photo of yourself from the $500 days. That kid had dreams. You have targets. You look at his smile and realize you don't even remember the sound of his laugh. You are a highly efficient, very wealthy stranger. Level 7, the 8-figure void. The call comes at 6 a.m. It's your execution desk. You talk for 90 seconds. You decide the fate of more money in those 90 seconds than your father made in 40 years. You live in total frictionless comfort. Your apartment is a masterpiece of glass and silence. Your car is a machine of pure ego. But you've noticed something. The lack of friction hasn't made you happy. It's just made everything quiet. There is no community at this level. There are no Discord servers for people with $50 million. There are only peers. And you don't trust them because you know exactly how they'd liquidate you if it improved their quarterly return by 1%. Sometimes you think about that $340 afternoon. You'd give $1 million to feel that raw amateur surge of joy again. But you can't. You've optimized the surprise out of your life. You've won the game, only to find out the prize is more game. The market opens. You watch the first 5 minutes in silence. Reflex, muscle memory. Somewhere, a kid in a studio apartment just funded a $500 account. He thinks he's about to change his life. He's right, but he has no idea how much of himself he's going to have to leave behind to do it. You place the order. The tape moves. The cycle continues.